A growing number of big names in broadcasting have been accused of a range of sexual misconduct, and the networks now face questions about why the behavior went unaddressed for so long. Our media columnist, Jim Rutenberg, writes. He also noted the different responses to the cascade of accusations, comparing how figures in the news media and Hollywood have lost their jobs while politicians remain employed. This morning, Matt Lauer expressed sorrow and regret for the pain I have caused, a day after NBC fired the longtime Today co-host over multiple allegations of inappropriate sexual behavior. Our TV critics discuss the revelations.The Times has started a new newsletter, The Me Too Moment, in which our general editor, Jessica Bennett, will offer updates and analysis on the wave of revelations about sexual misconduct. Sign up here.Bullet. Separately, Minnesota Public Radio said it was cutting all ties with Garrison Keillor, the creator of a Prairie Home Companion, after allegations of inappropriate behavior. Close quote. Bullet. Prime Minister Theresa May of Britain denounced President Trump on Wednesday after he shared videos from a fringe ultranationalist group purportedly showing Muslims committing acts of violence. We examined the videos.At. Least one misrepresents the facts of what the viewer is seeing, while two others are provided without any context. Bullet. Britain First, the group that posted the videos, thanked Mr.Trump for publicizing its views, which include the idea that white Christian civilization is under threat from Muslims. Bullet. In post-war Japan, a single-minded focus on rapid economic growth helped erode family ties. Now, a generation is dying alone.The extreme isolation of elderly Japanese is so common that an entire industry has emerged, specializing in cleaning out apartments where decomposing remains are found. Bullet. The way we die is a mirror of the way we live, one 83-year-old said.Listen on a computer, an iOS device or an Android device. Bullet. Janet Yellen, the Federal Reserve Chairwoman, gave Congress an upbeat assessment of the economy on Wednesday and said she expected growth to continue. Bullet. G.M. is set to demonstrate its growing fleet of self-driving Chevrolet Bolts today. Bullet. American Airlines is scrambling to fix an error that left about 15,000 scheduled holiday flights without pilots. Bullet. U.S. stocks were mixed on Wednesday. Here's a snapshot of global markets.Tips, both new and old, for a more fulfilling life. Bullet. 4 easy steps you can take today to be happier. Bullet. Are you at high risk for a heart attack? Bullet. Recipe of the day. Try an Italian sheet pan dinner of chicken, potatoes, and cherry tomatoes. In today's 360 video, ride along the East River from Astoria to Wall Street on the city's new ferry service, whose ridership has exceeded early projections. As delays plague the subway, one woman summed up the boat's appeal to commuters. This is the way they want to get to work. Close quote. The rapper and music mogul recently visited The Times and spoke to our executive editor, Dean Backett, about race, relationships, O.J. Simpson, the state of rap and his place in music. I'm the person that looked at the Mona Lisa and be like, man, that's gonna be cool in 40 years, Jay-Z said. I play forever.and, so my whole thing is to identify with the truth.not to be the youngest, hottest, new, trendy thing. The restaurant in Ohio that employed Tony Hovater, the subject of a recent Times profile, who expressed a belief that races are better off separate, said it had received threats. After years of drifting the city's canals, a step ahead of the law, 2 English students turned squatters found success in their 50s with a floating bookstore. Books have been considered on the verge of obsolete, and so have canals, one of the owners said. But these are things people always liked. The canals survived because of that, and so will books and bookstores. Stephen Colbert returned from an extended Thanksgiving weekend, introducing himself as one of the few men still allowed on television. When you put all these pieces together, what you are left with is we are squandering a giant sum of money. Edward Kleinberg, a former chief of staff at the Congressional Joint Committee on Taxation who now teaches law at the University of Southern California, on the proposed tax changes. 35 years ago today, Michael Jackson released Thriller, which topped charts around the world and became the best-selling album globally. The King of Pop's 6th studio album, Thriller, infused a mix of pop, disco, funk, and rock. It won a record-breaking 8 Grammy Awards in 1984, including Album of the Year. Santana tied the record in 2000. Statues of M.R. Jackson have been erected in countries from Australia and China to Italy and Brazil. Produced by the arranger and composer Quincy Jones, Thriller also broke racial barriers. The video for Billie Jean was one of the few from black artists to receive heavy airtime on MTV, and is widely credited with helping to popularize the Music Network, which debuted in 1981. After the success of Billie Jean, MTV readily accepted the video for Thriller, the album's title track. The zombie-filled video, by the director John Landis, cost $1 million to produce. In a review, The Times called the album a wonderful pop record. Most important of all, our reviewer wrote, it is another signpost on the road to Michael Jackson's own artistic fulfillment. Your morning briefing is published weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, and updated all morning. Browse past briefings here.if. Photographs appear out of order. Please download the updated New York Times app from iTunes or Google Play. What would you like to see here? Contact us at briefing@nitums.com. You can get their briefing delivered to your inbox Sunday through Friday. We have 4 global editions, timed for the Americas, Europe, Asia, and Australia, and an evening briefing on weeknights.